Okay, so now we're going to work on the second example from the notes. So this is where we kind of started with graphing in Vertex form. We did the first example, and I have a video of that posted. So if you want to look at that, I'll do the second example here. So once again, we want to be in standard form. So I'm going to rewrite this so that I'm in the form y minus k equals 1/2 x, or actually, let me say that again. We want to be in vertex form, which is y minus k equals a x minus h squared. So we need to move the 5 over to the other side, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So I'm in this form here. So my a is positive, so this is going to open up. My vertex is at hk. Don't forget, take the opposite sign. So my h and my k are here, so I'm going to be at -3, -5. My axis of symmetry is going to be x is equal -3. And my y, so let's plot this and see if we have, or no, let's find our y-intercept first. Sorry about that. So I'm going to set x equal to 0. So I'm going to get y is equal to 1/2 times 9 minus 5, which is just, I would just use my calculator here if you don't want to do this calculation, and you get y is equal to a -1/2. So that's my y-intercept. So go ahead and plot your vertex, your axis of symmetry, and your y-intercept, and then you'll be able to see if we have x-intercepts. So my vertex is at -3, -5. My axis of symmetry is at x is equal to -3. My y-intercept is at -1/2, and I can reflect that over. So it looks like my parabola will go up, and so I'll have x-intercepts, so I need to go ahead and solve for the x-intercepts. So I need to set y equal to 0. And I need to get the squared part of my equation isolated or by itself. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So I end up with 5 is equal to 1/2 x plus 3 squared. Still trying to get this part by itself, so I need to get rid of that 1/2. The opposite of multiplying by 1/2 would be multiplying by 2. That'll cancel that 1/2 off. So I can multiply both sides by 2. So then I end up here with 10 is equal to x plus 3 squared. Use the square root property, take the square root of both sides. Don't forget your plus and minus. So I get x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus square root 10. Now I can just go ahead and solve for x. So I subtract 3 from both sides, and I'm going to get -3 plus or minus radical 10 is equal to x. Go ahead and put this in your calculator, and I will end up getting let me see what I get for my answer. -3 plus radical 10 gives me, let's do this over here, x is equal to -3 plus radical 10 will give me 0.16, and x is equal to -3 minus radical 10 is equal to -6.16. So these are my x-intercepts. So I need to go ahead and plot those. So I'm at 0.16, that's going to be over here, and -6.16 will be over here, And so my parabola is going to open like that. That wasn't a very good parabola, but we'll just go with it. All right, so that's the second example. I'll do one more example. I'll post another video for example 3. That'll be one that doesn't have x-intercepts, so it might be good to watch.